It's your girl Stacey Cake, your host for What's Hot, and we will not today.
Stacey, love you, baby.
What's hot? Dirty shit.
Come on, get burnt with me. It's your girl Stacey Cake, your host for What's Hot, and today I am back with another Who's Hot Wednesday. Today's special guest is Stephen Bishop. You may know him from being Mary Jane and a bunch of other shows, but today we're here to talk about the Netflix original movie Fatal Affair. Hey Stephen, thanks so much for speaking with me today. How are you?
Hey Stacey, how you doing? How are you?
Good. I'm loving like the nature background right now.
Yeah, my backyard is a good shooting place. It's got a good backdrop for me.
Great. So, just to get right into it, like you play Marcus Warren in Fatal Affair. Can you talk a little bit about that role? Like, how would you describe Marcus in the role in the movie?
Marcus he's an architect who gets injured, and he's a very proud man, a family man, and his injury incapacitates him for a stretch, and so he's he kind of is fighting to get back on his feet and to get back into life where he feels like he can provide for his family and he can make his wife happy, and he's just an all around solid good guy who's just had a horrific accident and is trying to come back from it.
So, like, what was it like playing Nia Long's husband, or in this case, Elle?
It was great. Nia's awesome, man. She's a extreme professional. She's always prepared. She's super nice. She and I got along really well. I knew her before we shot this.
Okay.
We were friends, not close friends, but we knew each other a little bit, and so it was good to be able to connect with her on a professional level, and then we realized that we had really good chemistry. So it was fun working with her, and it was really easy. She's I really hope I get a chance to work with her again.
And you also got to work with Omar Epps. So like just between those two, can you talk about like your favorite memory on set for the movie?
Yeah, that's an interesting question because there's so many hours spent on set, you know what I mean? So to pick one memory out is difficult, but it was fun working with Omar on the fight scene. That was fun, to see the guy from Juice and all
right.
that, and be fighting with him. It's like you kind of feel like you made it a little bit,
right?
With guys like that. But I said earlier that my favorite moment on set was when my first scene with Nia was done. And that was because I really wanted to do a good job, and I wanted her to feel like, okay, good, I got a guy that can hang with me. You know what I mean?
Right.
And her energy when we finished our first scene let me know that she was like, all right, he can go. You know what I mean?
Right.
He can do this. So I kind of felt her give me like an energetic stamp of approval. You know what I mean? It was like, so that was a good moment for me because it freed me up mentally to be able to do the rest of the show, or the film, I should say, comfortably. It gave me a little bit of confidence, and it got me the anxiety of working with such a consummate professional and a veteran like her out of the way.
Right. So it definitely had to be encouraging. Now, I see you mentioned the fight scene with Omar. So that brings me to my other question. So, like, your character, took some punches, some good punches from David in the film. So, in real life, who do you think would have won that fight? Do you think you would have conquered, or you think Omar would have?
Oh man, I'm not even gonna go there, man. I'm not even gonna go there. I know.
All in fun, of course.
Me and Omar come from places where we're known for being able to throw hands.
Right.
So I'm not. He's from New York. I'm from Chicago. So I'm not even going to speculate on that. You're not going to let me. You're not going to lead me down that path.
It's all in fun. All in fun.
Yeah, but you know how the internet can get. The next thing I know, I'm talking to somebody saying that I said something crazy.
Oh, so, no, yeah.
I'm not gonna go down that path, but I think that we both had a good time shooting it.
That's great.
I could tell by his movements that he can get down a little bit. Me being I used to box a little bit, so I could see his movements and I could read where what he was capable of. So I'm happy that it'll never happen.
Got you. So, speaking on Ellie and David, like, how would you describe Ellie and David's entanglement? How would you describe that?
I see what you did there. Well, I would say that they were college friends, and they saw each other, and Ellie was, a little bit neglected at home because of her husband's injury and things like that. And, they had a few drinks and their sparks flew a little bit. And, grown people did what grown people do sometimes. And, fortunately for Marcus, it fell short of the mark. And he was able to, at least, go away with the solace that she didn't finish the deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it was just a momentary lapse of judgment by Ellie. Got caught in a moment, which so many people do, and she was, she had her wits about her, and she was able to reel it in before it got too out of hand.
Do you think, like, if the situation was a real life situation, do you think you would be as forgiving as your character was in the movie? Because he was like upset, and then I feel like you said, he kind of realized she had like a slip up. Do you think you could have accepted Ellie back in real life?
Yeah, I mean, it obviously depends on what led up to that, what the circumstances of the relationship were. But if we were in the same sort of situation, then I'm sure I would at least try to, because I'm not going to throw away 20 years of marriage and a beautiful kid in college over a minor slip up that didn't really even go the distance. You know what I mean? Of course I'd be upset, and of course I would, just like Marcus, want to get to the bottom of why it happened and that kind of thing. But I would also have to take whatever responsibility that I had in it and, try to overcome it. That's all you can really do is try. And, if you can put the thoughts out of your head and eventually find yourself, forgiving your partner, then you can. And if you can't, you can't. So, but I would at least try.
So, what I found really interesting in the movie was that, like, Ellie really, in a way, she created her own mess in a way, but she also was the one to end it at the same time, as far as, like, taking down David. Where I feel like in a lot of movies, the husband or the man would come and save the day. So, like, what were your thoughts, like, after, like, reading the script, like, realizing that, okay, I'm not going to be the one that officially, like, you did help, your character helped, but, like, to officially, like, take him down?
I didn't mind it. I liked it. I liked that, Ellie was empowered in that regard. I like that she tried to really do what she could to shield her family from that outside force that could come in and do serious damage. And she took it upon herself to say, I got into this mess myself. I'm going to get out of it myself. I think that Marcus obviously would have wanted to do whatever he could to help her, but that's probably one of the reasons he married her, is she's capable of handling her business and doing what it takes to make the outcome favorable for the family.
And what would you want fans to take away, from watching the film? Like, what would you want them to leave with when they watch Fatal Affair?
I just, mainly that, people make mistakes, and everybody's relationship isn't perfect, and things are going to happen. But if you have solid love in your relationship, that you can probably work through just about anything, as long as things don't get too crazily out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this was a great story about two people who really loved each other and were able to overcome what could have been a death blow for their relationship.
Great. And you also mentioned that you were from Chicago, but I also read that you spent some time in Baltimore with the Orioles.
I played baseball for Baltimore for the Orioles, but I didn't spend a lot of time there.
Oh, okay. What was that experience like? Because I'm in Baltimore now, so that's why that caught my eye.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was fun. I played in the minor leagues for the Orioles for a season. It was good. I liked the organization. My cousin actually played in the major leagues for you guys, so he would actually be better. I spent a little bit of time out there with him. We had fun out there. You guys have amazing fish sandwiches in Baltimore.
Oh yeah, that's seafood.
But it was fun. Baltimore, the Orioles organization was top notch, and it was a good time. I didn't spend as much time there as I would have liked, but a little bit of time that I did, I enjoyed it.
And I guess my final question would be, coming from like Being Mary Jane was like a long-term series, and you also got to work with Gabrielle Union in that. So like, as far as like chemistry on set, did you feel like you had longer to like build that chemistry with Gabrielle versus like a quick movie like with Nia? Because you said y'all had chemistry on set too. Like, do you feel like that's something that takes a long time to build, or if it's there, it's just there?
I think if it's there, it's there. A lot of people said that the chemistry with Gabrielle and I was amazing on Being Mary Jane, and we didn't spend any time together before we started shooting or anything like that. We just jumped in and just did our thing. And I think that two professional actors can make even non-chemistry moments look like the people have chemistry.
Right.
Fortunately for me, I've enjoyed working with both Gabrielle and Nia, and I was able to establish a working chemistry with both of them. I'll say that it was, with Nia, I spent more time with her because our scenes were always
together.
Our scenes were, for 3 weeks straight, every day we were seeing each other when we were together for 12, 14 hours a day.
Gotcha.
So I think our chemistry got stronger as the weeks went on, but it was pretty immediate. It was pretty immediate. We didn't have to force it. We didn't have to work into it. I'll say that it got better as it went, but that's just because we were spending more and more time together, getting to know each other better, and becoming more comfortable.
Oh, great. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me. The movie was great. You guys like definitely killed it. It was giving me, a lot of energy.
Stacy, love you, baby.